welcome to the first episode of uh, Unlimited Productions, Action Unlimited here. And being the first episode, I'm going to cover something that's really simple. Just about everybody knows how to do a version of this, and it's a simple muzzle flash effect. This is something you can create almost completely in After Effects, and for with a very short amount of time. So let's dig in. I'm going to create a new composition. I'm going to make it 10 seconds long, which is way more than we need, but we can adjust that later. You can always adjust your comp settings after you've created a composition. Now, I already have my photo here, and you can simply go onto the internet, search up muzzle flare, and as long as it has a black background like so, then it'll work fine. So I'm going to drop this into the comp, and I'm going to kind of size it down just a little bit. You want this to be about a third of the size of the whole thing, and you want the smoke to cover almost the whole thing. You don't want it to go outside of the frame. Now, this specific effect, the only outside source is this photo. First off, let me bring this up here. This shows what does not have a background and what does. Now, you can see my muzzle flash still has a background. And a lot of people say, "Oh, just screen it or something." Go into your blending mode, go down to screen or add. But it doesn't actually remove your background. See, I can put this one in here underneath it, and I can put the screened one on top, but it's still got the background there. It just makes it look like it's not there. So there's no need to mess around with the screening and stuff. Simply go into Effect, Channel, Shift Channels, change the alpha to red. Now it's screened, but now we've got a new problem, and it's not that hard to fix. You can see a small black outline on here. Simply go back into Effects, back into Channel, remove Color Matting, and all done. And just for the added effect, I'm going to go to Stylize Glow. These are all effects that are readily available in After Effects. I'm simply going to increase the radius here just to give it kind of more bright look. Alright, now the flash itself is all done. Step one, well, almost done. We still have one little cutting part to do on it, but that'll be able to wait a little bit. Now we go into Layer, New Layer, Solid. The default settings should be fine. Now go into Effect and Simulation, CC Particle World. Now when you first bring your timeline a little further in, about 2 seconds into it, you can see it looks kind of weird, right? It doesn't look a thing like smoke. Well, don't worry, we're going to make it look like smoke. First thing we need to go into is the physics. Get to the gravity. Turn it to 0. Don't need gravity. And this effect would be good for like a Star Wars style effect, where you're going into hyperspace or something. But we're not going to use it for that. Change it from explosive to cone axis. Let's see. Go into the particle. Change it from a line to a faded sphere. Increase the birth size. And let's see. Let's also increase the birth rate to about 8. There we go. Go back down here and increase the size some more. And then turn down the opacity. Now you'll see it still doesn't look a whole lot like smoke. In fact, it looks like a weird kind of smoke, and that was completely the wrong button. So all we have to do to fix that is change the color, change the yellow to a white, change the red to kind of a grayish color. That gives it kind of a gun smoke, dirty smoke type look. Let's see. Alright. This is probably the hardest part on this one, is getting the actual direction correct. So, see if I can increase that a little. Now what I just did is I turned the x-axis all the way down, turned the y-axis up some, and it turned it all the way there. I don't know why it does that or how. I just know it works, so that's what I usually do. And let's see. I also need to move this back here to the base of the muzzle flash. I also need to put it underneath the muzzle flash. Now that's already starting to look pretty good. Alright. Go back to the very beginning. Up to your birth rate. Keyframe it. Go forward 3 frames. Change it to 0. Now you already have the general effect. And it looks like I didn't put enough birth rate into it, so let's go back to the very beginning frame, turn the birth rate up some. There we go. Change the size some. Now let's change the opacity down some, because smoke from a handgun or something that uses smokeless powder is not going to have that much smoke in it. If it was black powder, it would look something like that. Actually, it'd be more than that. But for smokeless powder, about like that. We want it to be visual to the camera, but we don't want it to be so visual that it attracts too much attention. Or, in other words, doesn't look right. Alright. Now for the timing. So, we got it pretty much down. You really don't want your flash to last much longer than a second, so I'm going to go back into the composition settings, change this to 1, and there we go. Now we have 1 whole second to work with. Alright, now we can click on our muzzle flash here, go to the very beginning, go forward 1 frame. On a Mac, it's Command-Shift-D. I think on a PC, it's Control-Shift-D. And that'll remove your flash. Oop, too many. So let me set this up here. Now you look, if you're looking at it, it kind of looks weird, doesn't it? We're about to fix that. So if I turn the muzzle flash off, you can see only a small piece of it. I'm going to kind of go back some here. Let's see if that looks any good. It might. I don't know. No. Alright. Well, let's go in here and change the velocity. Let's turn it up some. Alright, let's move this back another 2 or 3 frames. There we go. Almost. Alright, there we go. Now let's go back to the beginning. Go forward until it dies out. Move that forward so it stays in motion. Alright, so there's where it kind of dies out. Let's change the resistance up. Turn it up so that it gets close to the edge, but doesn't quite leave it. There we go. Okay, that was a little too much. And there we go. There's your muzzle flash. Now we're almost done. Right now we need to go into effect on your black solid channel, move color matting. And now you're done. From here, we'd simply highlight both of them, layer, recompose. Then from there, go to composition, add to render queue. Now here's how you get pre-keyed footage. Let's see. On this, the default settings should be fine, unless you want slow motion, in which case you'd need to change the frames per second. Now here's where it comes in. Go to channels and put it on RGB plus alpha. That will pre-key it. And if you have an audio effect like a gun sound that you want to add into it, you simply put it underneath your clip and turn your audio on. But since I don't have any audio on it, I'm just going to leave it normal. From there, whenever my computer decides to start working again, alright, from here you simply name it, tell it where you want it to go. Shot 7, and then render. Alright, thanks for watching the video. If you like this video, please like and subscribe, and keep an eye out for future videos. I will do another one soon on doing practically the same effect, only it being a frontal shot. And I'm going to try in every video to leave the actual effect that I did. At the end of the video, I will do a video in a little while on how to download videos from YouTube, and that way y'all can actually use the same effects that I put on here. So if you're looking for good low cost effects, there you go. You've got some freebies there. And if you have trouble getting them, you can attempt to contact me. I can't promise that I'm going to receive every email or contact, because I am busy. So this is kind of a on the weekends thing. I'm working on this. So have a good day and God bless. Thank you.